Good, happy Monday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, woman accused of kidnapping girl from moving car. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
Native wildlife up close. Squam Lakes Natural Science Center. Live animals such as mountain lions, bears, river otters, raptors, and more await you and your family around every bend in the trail. Explore the new Water Matters Pavilion, run and jump on the playscape, take a stroll in Kirkwood Gardens, and enjoy a guided cruise on pristine Squam Lake. Learn more and purchase lake cruise passes online at nhnature.org. Centrally located in Holderness, with easy access from I-93.
Scary situation for a Rochester man as his daughter is pulled from the backseat of his car by a stranger. Police say the 52-year-old was driving down Washington Street Saturday morning with his 1-year-old daughter when he came across this woman, Joanne Shaw of Gonick, walking in the road.
A male driver had stopped to pick up a female passenger who looked like she was in need.
The father asked Shaw if she needed a ride. She answered yes and got into the front passenger seat. A few moments after taking off,
she started unbuckling the 21-month-old in the back seat, saying she was going to take the child.
A struggle began between Shaw and the girl's father.
As you can imagine, him trying to stop this lady from taking his daughter while also trying to pull over.
Police say Shaw then grabbed for the car keys and broke the vehicle key in half.
So when the car actually came to a stop, she was able to unbuckle the 21-month-old and exit the vehicle with the child.
The girl's father ran after Shaw and was able to catch up to her. Police say that's when Shaw started punching him.
He's okay, just minor injuries to him.
Police say Shaw struggled with responding officers before she was eventually arrested. The incident has Washington Street residents on edge.
Make sure the kids stay out back where they belong and not run out on the side. Make sure there's an adult with them everywhere, because it's kind of scary.
Rochester police using this situation as a reminder to residents not to pick up people on the side of the road that they may not know. They say if the person looks like they need assistance, call police. We're live here in Rochester, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. U.S. Constitution moves out of dry dock into Boston Harbor. Let's take a listen to this video.
Come see Popnology at the Museum of Science.
Okay, and that was a time lapse of the boat getting moved out of the dry dock. The USS Constitution, the world's commissioned warship, still afloat, returned to waters of the Boston Harbor on Sunday. The refloating of old Ironside marked the end of the restoration work that started 2 years ago. Officials said a celebration was held at the U.S. Constitution Museum as the dry docks was pumped full of water. The wooden ship was launched in 1797 and earned its famous nickname, notching victorious in the War of 1812. The restoration extended the life of the nearly 2-foot thick vessel and last remaining survivor of 6 ships created when President George Washington signed the Naval American Act, said Margaret Dizzy, a historic and Naval Historic and Heritage Command in Boston. The ship entered dry dock about 20 years for below the waterline repairs. The most recent work included replacing 100 hull planks and installed 2,200 new copper sheets, 500 of which were signed by nearly 100,000 museum visitors, according to U.S. Constitution Museum President Anna Grimmy Rand, who called the ship a wonderful symbol for our democracy. The Constitution entered the dock at the historic Charlestown Navy Yard on the night of May 18th, 2015, and on Sunday, a day accepted to have the highest tide of the summer. The dry dock at the Navy Yard will be flooded and the ship will be lifted off the keel block that night. When the height of the water at the dry dock equals the height of the water at the Boston Harbor, the ship will be pulled out of dock. Once the vessel is refloated, it will be temporarily docked at a nearby pier to undergo more restoration work until September, when it will reopen for public tours. Sounds very cool. Court hearing could decide fate of dog pardoned by governor. A court hearing could be determine the fate of a dog that was due to be euthanized before Maine's governor tried to grant clemency to the pooch. Republican Governor Paul LePage pardon made a celebration out of the Alaskan husky named Dakota that was ordered to be put down after attacking 2 dogs, killing 1. A hearing is set for Monday. It's debatable whether the governor has the authority to pardon the dog, but it could become moot depending on the outcome of the hearing that could permanently lift the order to euthanize the dog. A previous effort to save Dakota by moving her to New Hampshire shelter failed after a woman who wanted to adopt the dog objected. President Trump to deliver statement on healthcare on Monday. President Donald Trump is set to deliver a statement on healthcare at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, according to the White House. Horrific human slumming incident, not an isolated event, officials say. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
What twist ankle? What muscle strain? Advil makes pain a distant memory. Nothing works faster, stronger, or longer. What? Pain. Advil.
That carnage in San Antonio, a tractor trailer loaded with immigrants sweltering in the Texas heat. Police finding 38 people packed inside, 9 of them have died. The grisly discovery in a Walmart parking lot. 30 people rushed to the hospital, some on helicopters, others in a fleet of ambulances. The horror revealed after someone from inside that truck approached a Walmart worker asking for water. That worker then called police. And investigators now say there may have been as many as 100 people packed inside that tractor trailer, suffering in the triple-digit heat, some escaping before authorities arrived. And tonight, the driver of that truck is in custody. ABC's Kenneth Moten on the scene in San Antonio.
Tonight, a deadly and horrific case of human smuggling in San Antonio. Federal investigators say 38 immigrants inside this tractor trailer suffocating in excruciating heat.
Folks were literally baking in the heat of Texas sun and did not have access to water.
Just after midnight, officials making the grim discovery. The trailer in a Walmart parking lot with no air conditioning. 8 people dead. 30 more rushed to the hospital, 20 in critical condition, suffering from traumatic brain injuries from heat stroke and dehydration. Most of them adults in their 20s and 30s, but at least 2 are young children. And tonight, 1 more dying at the hospital, bringing the death toll to at least 9.
The U.S.-Mexico border just 150 miles away. These San Antonio roads becoming main thoroughfares for smugglers. The victims could have been in that truck for hours. Temperatures inside as hot as 140 degrees.
Police say surveillance video shows survivors jumping out of the trailer before being discovered. A Walmart employee called 911 when he spotted a disoriented man who was desperate for water. Federal prosecutors say the driver, James Matthew Bradley of Florida, was taken into custody.
We triaged each one of these people. It was a mass casualty situation for us, so we treated it just like you would do an airline crash or any kind of major incident.
ICE agents have not confirmed the nationalities of the victims.
And Kenneth joins us live from one of the hospitals treating the victims there in San Antonio. And Kenneth, authorities are saying there may have been up to 100 people crammed in that truck.
That's right, Tom. The acting director of ICE just confirmed as many as 100 people were in the back of that truck. Agents right now, they're looking for those survivors who ran. Some even jumped into waiting cars. All of this as undocumented immigrants fight for their lives in this hospital.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday and see you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.